So the intent that we're working with in today's practice is piece by piece, and it's not just because I love a pun, though I do. It's a way of being able to recognize that as you go through your practice, you can find those moments of peace even in a practice which can be quite challenging and a practice that can be quite strong. So we're threading in a lot of inversions to today's practice. It doesn't really mean that it flows so well, it's a little bit clunky. But it does mean that you get an opportunity to be able to play around with being able to be upside down more frequently than rather just doing one inversion per class or maybe having it as an apex pose. If you're not working with fully fledged inversions, by which I mean being able to take your feet up onto the wall, then you're welcome to be able to work with any of the more basic inversions where you're still taking weight down through the upper half of the body and you've got your head below the level of the heart, because that's the basic definition of an inversion. So if you're not going up for handstand or forearm balance or downward dog on the wall, then you're welcome to be able to play around with any of the previous inversions that we've done, including downward dog, dolphin, dolphin one leg, dolphin strut, dolphin dorsal fin. You have a lot to be able to play with here. So don't think that this practice isn't for you just because you're not doing handstands yet. If you find that you're getting out of breath, then stop, hit pause, take a breather, have a little drink of water, and then bring yourself back into the practice whenever you're comfortable. Remember, the really great thing about you doing this at home is that you're not trying to keep up with anybody else. You've got control with this. As always, I want you to be able to enjoy this practice. So when you're working through this, make sure that you're staying connected to what it is that you're doing in the moment. Always. That's your breath, that's your presence within your own body. If you need to adjust whatever it is that we're doing to suit yourself, then go ahead, do that. I'm happy for you to be flexible in your own practice. Just make sure that you're being able to really keep yourself calm when you're doing things which are meant to be challenging for you. As always, enjoy. Come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Sit your body upright, relax the shoulders. Close the eyes and just spend a moment here beginning to deepen your breath. Just inhaling and exhaling through the nose, filling and emptying the body. And just being able to set yourself aside from whatever else it is that you've been doing today, whatever else it is that you have planned for later on. Just bring your full awareness to you as you are here in this moment. Still working with that deep breath. Open your eyes. Working with wrist stretches. Take your left hand out in front of your left shoulder and open your palm towards the front of the room. Then lower the left hand down so it's around level with your belly button. Wrap the left shoulder down away from the left ear. Take your right hand and wrap the whole of your right hand around the little finger of the left. Put the thumb of the right hand on the base knuckle of that little finger. Take a deep breath in. Telescope the ribs up. As you exhale, start to deepen that stretch on the little finger, gently pulling the little finger back towards you, making sure that you're comfortable with what you're creating in that left hand. Then inhaling, release hold of the little finger, move on to the ring finger, thumb on the base knuckle. Exhaling, wrap the shoulders down, begin to deepen that stretch on the ring finger. And release, move to the middle finger. Inhale, fill the body, spread the heel of your palm wide open. As you exhale, deepen the stretch on the middle finger and feel for that opening across the whole of the palm. Then release, moving on to index finger, fill the body with that long breath. Exhale, slowly ease the index finger back, spread all of the fingers on the left hand wide open. And then release. Finally, taking the right hand, wrap it around the thumb. As you exhale, pull the thumb away from the palm, ease the thumb back towards you, flex all four fingers on the left hand down to the floor and spread those fingers wide. And then release. Roll out the left hand, stretch out the fingers, the wrist, and switching sides to the right. Right palm in front of right shoulder, lower the right hand down, wrap the right shoulder down away from right here. Inhaling, taking the left hand, wrap it around the little finger of the right. Exhaling, slowly ease the little finger back towards you. All fingers on that right hand active and open. Inhaling, release, moving on to the ring finger. And continuing with your full breath. So flowing with the breath, inhale and exhale, moving finger by finger across the right hand. Remember, you're keeping the chest lifted, the shoulders soft. Just really getting invested into feeling down through the fingers, the palms. When you're done, rolling out the right hand as well. Coming into half lotus, if that's comfortable for you, taking your left foot onto your right thigh. From here, working through into our seated side bend. So start with chest lifted, fingers the right hand to the right side, plant the right palm, exhaling, roll the right shoulder down. Long inhale, bring the left arm up and over. As you exhale, lift both sides of the chest up away from the hips. Start to reach out through the left arm any way that feels good for you and begin to relax the neck. Going back into that long, calming breath, inhaling, filling the body. As you exhale, relaxing whatever it is that you can relax here a little more. And on your next exhale, moving just the left arm, coming into neck release. So taking left hand over to the left side of the room, still with the neck soft, explore out through the left hand, find something worthy of your time here on the left side of the neck. Once you've got it, keep reaching out through the left hand, opening the fingers of the left hand away from each other. Make sure that the jaw is relaxed. Without lifting the head, as you inhale, reach the front of the chest up away from the front of the pelvis. Exhaling, see if you can release another few layers of tension from the neck here. Now from here we're going to come to a scale and release. So inhaling, bring that left arm out in front of the left shoulder, and exhale, bend the left elbow to 90 degrees. Then keeping the chest where it is, so you're not leaning forwards through the torso, reach your left elbow towards the front of the room. Then start to stretch the chin away from your left shoulder. Reach out through the crown of the head. Move the head in any way that helps you to create something strong and interesting around the left front side of your neck. So keep playing with this until you find that stretch, and then breathe. If you like playing with the lip slide, jaw glide, then you can lick your lips. Part the teeth gently but have the lips still together, and slowly glide your jaw over to the left on your inhale, and over to your right on your exhale. Just slowly rolling the jaw back and forth. And just feeling for how the jaw connects into that tension in the neck here. It might be strong, it might be more subtle, but it's up to you to find out. And from here, release the left hand to the left knee. Inhaling, ground through the right hand, bring the chest up. Coming into a comfortable twist. So taking the right hand onto the left knee, have the left hand grounded behind the left hip here. Inhale, tall, lift out of the lower back. Exhaling, ease the shoulders down and start to roll the heart open towards the left side of the room. Slow, easy breath. And as you're working with the pose here, feel for being able to engage your core. So switch on your abs. Feel for how that changes the nature of the twist. It's also going to change the nature of the breath. So as you're working here, turning your abs on, you're going to find that the breath can't move down through the belly. So it's going to move up into the chest. It's a great way of being able to help use the breath to release tension from around the upper back and between the shoulder blades. And on your inhale, gently releasing your twist. Ready for the second side. So switch across the legs. If you're happy with half lotus, taking right foot onto your left thigh. And from there, chest upright, left hand out in line with the left hip. Lean over to plant palm, wrap the left shoulder down. Inhaling, right arm up and over to your seated side bend, chest tall. Exhaling, start to relax the neck. Let the jaw be soft as well. You're still working with that long, calming breath. Again, the intent that we're working with is piece by piece. So, pose by pose, just making sure that you're using that steady breath to help keep you in this relaxed, grounded state. On your exhale, coming into our passive neck release. So neck stays soft, right hand moves to the right side of the room. Explore out through the right hand. Find the best stretch for you on the right side of the neck. And then feed that with your breath. And the right hand still active here. So you're spreading open the bones in the palm of the right hand. Just good for being able to help waken that energy up for when we're going into our inversions later on. And from neck release to scaling release, bring the right arm out in line with the right shoulder, bend the right elbow to 90 degrees. Reach the right elbow forwards, then start to reach out through the crown of the head, through the chin, in any way that gives you a good opening on the right side of the neck. Now you're the one that's playing with this, so take as many breaths as you need to fully explore what you've got going on here. Once you've found that stretch that works best for you, stick with that, feed it with the breath. If you like the lip slide, jaw glide variation, then go ahead and add that in. And just beware of pushing the intensity too strongly here. You're looking for a comfortable stretch. You're not taking yourself to your absolute limit. On your inhale, releasing the right hand to the right knee, ground through the left hand, raise the chest up, ready for a simple twist. Left hand comes to right knee, right hand behind the right hip, inhale tall. As you exhale, soften the shoulders, reach the heart open towards the right side of the room. Find your twist first of all, then, still working with the best breath you can, engage the core, gently drawing the belly button back towards the spine. And inhaling, gently release. Unfold your legs. Grab hold of your block. Keep it close to you. So join it. Excuse me. Bring your block with you. Set it down next to you on the mat and lay down on your back. Starting off with elbow to knee. We're going to run through 6 rounds. I'll take you through the first 2. Interlace the hands together. Top of the neck, base of the skull. Bring the knees above the hips. Have the heels just below the level of the knees. Open the mouth and exhale, release. Allow the lips to close. Inhale through the nose. Fill the body and float the head and shoulders away from the mat. Hold that breath in and curl the tailbone up. Slowly exhale. Lift your heart up towards the left knee. Stretch the right heel forwards and up. Chin away from the chest, looking up at the ceiling. Inhaling. Bend the knees. Come back to center and push the lower back to the mat. Hold the breath in. Curl tailbone up. Slowly exhale. Chest up to right knee. Bring left leg forwards. Pick the right shoulder blade off the floor. And inhale. Bend the knees, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, chest up to left knee, stretch the right leg forwards and push through the right heel. Pull the belly down towards the spine. And inhaling, bend the knees, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, chest up to right knee, bring left leg forwards. Slow and controlled, draw the belly down towards the mat. And inhaling, bend the knees, come back to center. 4 more rounds, both sides in your own breath. When you're ready, off you go. Stay connected to what you're feeling. Keep the jaw, the face relaxed. Make sure you're working with the full length of your breath. So there's no quick, jerky movements here. It's all slow and smooth. And gently release down to the mat. Working into bridge with one leg. If you're working with the block, feel free to slide the block underneath the back of the pelvis anytime you choose. But following your breath into the pose, huge inhale, spread ribs wide open. And exhaling, ground through the feet. Tuck the tailbone up, lift the hips into bridge. Flip the palms open on either side of the body so you're not tempted to grab hold of the mat to give yourself extra support. And from here, exhaling, left knee up to the chest. Inhale, power up through the left heel, straightening the left leg out. Just taking 8 steady breaths here. And exhaling gently, release the left foot down. Take a moment in bridge. Bring that left heel back in line with the left hip. And on your next exhale, bring right knee up to the chest. Inhale. Straighten up through the right leg. Flex the toes of the right foot back to the shin. Long, easy breath here. And on your exhale, gently release the right foot back down to the floor, tuck tailbone up, and lower the hips all the way down to the mat. Ready for 3-part twisting abs with a block. Place the block medium width in between thighs, comfortably close to your pelvis. Interlace the hands, once again, top of the neck, base of the skull. From here, bring the knees up above the hips, straighten the legs as much as is comfortable for you right now. If you need to adjust the position of the legs at any time, then all you have to do is bend the knees, lower the heels some, but try not to let the feet touch the floor. Open the mouth, exhale and sweep the breath out. Take a long breath in, fill the body, float the head and shoulders just an inch off the floor. Hold the breath in, squeeze the block, curl tailbone up, slowly exhale and lift the chest up towards the left foot, chin away from the chest, push the heels up to ceiling, pull the belly in towards the spine, and inhale, release the chest and the pelvis back. Hold the breath in, squeeze the block, curl tailbone up, slowly exhale, lift chest up towards the right foot. Once again, jaw soft, face relaxed, pull the belly down, and inhale. Come back to center, push lower back to the mat. Hold the breath, squeeze block, curl tailbone up, exhale, straight up towards ceiling. So not left, not right, pull the belly down, and inhale, release the chest and pelvis back. Going to do 2 more rounds. So hold the breath in, squeeze the block, curl tailbone up, squeeze the sit bones together so you're engaging your bum. Exhale, lift the chest up towards the left foot, push the heels up towards ceiling, flex the toes back towards the shins, and inhale, release the chest and the pelvis back. Once you're full, hold that breath, squeeze the block, curl tailbone up, exhale, lift chest up towards right foot, pull the belly down, and inhaling, come back to center, fill the body up. Hold the breath in, squeeze block, curl tailbone, slowly exhale. Take the chest straight up towards ceiling. Pull belly in tight, and inhale, release the chest and the pelvis back. Last round, hold the breath, squeeze block, curl tailbone up, exhale, lift the chest up and over to your left foot. Inhaling, back to center, push lower back to the mat. Keep the feet off the floor, hold the breath in, squeeze block, curl tailbone up, exhale, reach chest up towards right foot, pull belly down, inhaling, coming back to center, one last time, hold the breath, squeeze block, curl tailbone, squeeze sit bones together, exhale, push the heels up, lift the chest away from the floor, pull the belly down, and inhaling, relax chest and feet gently down to the floor. Take the block out from between the legs, set it to the side and roll over onto your right side, press yourself back up and coming onto all fours, ready for turbo dog. If you're familiar with turbo dog, then feel free to come straight into it. If you need to, then feel free to follow me for a little bit more instruction. So starting off with hands and knees, you're going to have the hands a little wider apart than your shoulders. As always, if you're new to turbo dog or you don't like turbo dog, line your middle finger up on the edge of the mat so your middle fingers are parallel, pointing straight forwards. From here, we start off with the shoulders in between the hands, the knees underneath the hips. Bend the elbows, push the elbows down and in. So elbows are closer together than the wrists here. Take a deep breath in, tuck the toes under behind you, and exhale. Keeping the elbows bent, start to lift the knees up off the floor. Now, if this is too strong, lower the knees all the way back down to the mat. If you can straighten the legs, then straighten the legs. But if you need to keep the knees slightly bent, then work with that. Wherever you're at, elbows bent, squeezing down and in. Neck relaxed, breath deep. As always, if you need to take a break, just lower the knees down to the floor, but as soon as you're ready, bring yourself back up. And exhaling, gently lower the knees down. Raise the body up, just roll the shoulders out. And then from here, we're going to come standing up to the front of the mat and work through 4 classic suns. We're going to skip the B's out for today just because we want to be able to keep some of that strength reserved for later on in our practice. So standing at the front of your mat, feet hip width apart, chest upright and the shoulders down. Exhaling, hands to prayer position in front of the chest. Inhale, raise the arms, roll the shoulders down, and once you're full, exhale, release the arms down, fold forwards over straight legs. Then bend the knees, inhaling left foot back, left knee down, reach up through to lunge. As you exhale, taking the hands down to the mat, coming back through to plank slowly, lower knees and chest down to the floor. Top of the feet on the mat, hands forwards 12 inches, and inhale, pull up through cobra. Exhaling, bring the heart forwards, lower down, hands back under the shoulders, push back through to downward dog. Take a full inhale, reaching hips up, heels down, and exhaling, step left foot forwards, right knee down and adjust. So you can inhale back through to lunge. As you exhale, hands down, stepping right foot forwards, fold over straight legs. Inhale, take your time. Lift the chest, raise the arms and wrap the shoulders. Exhaling, tuck tailbone, hands together in front of the heart. 3 more in your own breath. Off you go. Once you're finished, we're going to move into our second inversion of our practice, because turbo dog's going to be our first, with the heart being above the level of the head. That's essentially what an inversion is. So stop, take a breather, have a look at what I'm going to ask you to do in a moment. Start by finding your clear wall space and lining up your mat if you need to. Working downward dog on the wall. Just straight forward, downward dog on the wall with both feet staying on the wall. Find your leg length away from the wall. Turn yourself around. Tuck the back of your shirt into your pants. Then from there, hands shoulder width apart, middle fingers parallel. Exhaling, lift the knees up off the floor, shoulders above the hands. And then from there, 1 foot, 2 feet,
and 10 breaths in downward dog on the wall. To come down, bend the knees 1 foot at a time to come down. If you're comfortable playing with handstand, you can go with a straightforward handstand, being relatively close to the wall. So switch yourself around, and you want to be able to make sure that you've got enough space between your hands and the wall, so you're not going to be sticking your head through the wall as you kick up to this. So start off with downward dog. From downward dog, shoulders above the hands, still with enough space to stop yourself from hitting your head on the wall, and relax the neck. Step 1 foot halfway forwards, raise the other leg up, and on your exhale, kick, coming up into handstand. Just as with downward dog, 1 leg at a time to bring yourself back down. So, make a decision about what it is that you want to be playing with here, and then bring yourself over to the wall. Off we go. Whatever it is that you're working with, if you're in handstand, squeeze the legs together, reach up through your heels. If you're working downward dog, reach up through your sit bones. So drawing the hips up towards ceiling. And exhaling, gently bring yourself back down. Move away from the wall with your mat as you need to. Standing in the front of your mat, ready for Sunday to come into our first 2-pose vignette. Exhaling, press hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Inhaling, sink the hips, bend the knees and reach the arms up into chair. As you exhale, fold forwards over straight legs, relax the neck. Inhaling, reach the heart forwards, fill the body up with the breath. And exhaling, bend the knees, ground the palms and step or jump back to plank. Gently lower down to the mat. Roll the shoulders back and inhale, lift up through cobra. Exhaling, draw the heart forwards, lower down and press back to downward dog. First vignette is Warrior 1 with eagle arms, followed by Warrior 1 ostrich fold. Inhaling, step the left foot forward, stand up and adjust for your Warrior 1 base. From there, chest upright, shoulders relaxed, and exhaling, cross left elbow over the right, ravel the arms together in eagle. Inhaling, elbows up towards ceiling. Exhaling, wrap the shoulders down away from the ears, drive the elbows forwards, and if it suits you, relax the forehead down onto the biceps. Slow, steady breath, filling and emptying the body, just helping to work out some of the tension from the shoulders. As you're working this, remember that you're providing yourself with a consistent challenge. So if the shoulders start to release, push the elbows further forwards, lift the elbows higher up. On your inhale, lift the head, unravel the arms out, give the shoulders a quick wriggle, and exhaling, clasp the hands together behind the back of the pelvis for ostrich. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, take your time, bring the heart forwards, lower the chest down and relax the neck. Start to play with lifting the arms up away from the back of the body and breathe. On your inhale, releasing the hands down to the front of the mat, taking a half vinyasa, stepping back to plank. Exhaling, lowering down to the floor. Shoulders back and inhale, lift up through cobra. Exhaling, bring the heart forwards, lower down, push back through to downward dog. Then from here, inhaling, right foot forwards, warrior one. Stand, find your base. And from here, exhaling, right elbow over the left. Hands clasped. Inhaling, elbows up to ceiling. Exhaling, shoulders down away from the ears. Reach the elbows forwards. Release the forehead onto the biceps if that's available for you. But if it closes down your breath, keep the head lifted. On your inhale, releasing the eagle arms. Exhaling, hands together behind the back of the pelvis, shoulders soft. Inhale, lift. Take your time. Exhale, bring the chest forwards, lower the heart down, soften the neck and the jaw. Play with lifting the arms up away from the back of the body. Find a comfortable place for you to hang out here and breathe. Remember, neck relaxed. So the crown of the head is moving down towards the floor. On your inhale, releasing the hands down to the front of the mat, step back to plank and exhale, take your half vinyasa. Lower the chest, inhale, reach up through cobra. Exhale, bring the heart forwards as you lower, drive back through to downward dog. And from downward dog, gently lower the knees down and sit up. Keep the breath strong, watch me demonstrate our next inversion. Working with straightforward dolphin on the wall or forearm balance. Starting off with dolphin on the wall, same setup as with downward dog. You find your leg length away from the wall, but from here you can be working with the elbows leg length away rather than the palms. If you're working this and you don't have carpet underneath you, feel free to flip over the mat, give yourself a bit of extra padding for the elbows, otherwise it can be a bit uncomfy. Grab hold of the biceps, choose your hand position, either hands clasped or palms down, neck relaxed, exhaling, lift the knees up off the floor, check you got space to let the head hang free, then 1 foot, 2 feet up onto the wall at hip height. As you're working with this, tucking the tailbone down towards the heels, pulling the belly in towards the spine, and reaching down for your forearms to lift the crown of the head up off the mat. As always, neck stays relaxed. If you're comfortable playing with forearm balance, bring yourself close towards the wall, set up just the same way. So, facing towards the wall, choose your forearm position for forearm balance. So you can have palms down or the hands clasped, pushing the outer edge of the forearm against the floor. Start by coming into dolphin, bring the shoulders above the elbows, neck relaxed, 1 foot forwards, and exhaling, kick up, legs together, squeeze thighs together tight and reach up through the heels. After you've taken 10 breaths, release yourself down, 1 foot at a time. So make a decision about which of those it is that you want to work with. Bring yourself over to the wall. When you're ready, get yourself up.
Anytime you realize that the position isn't comfortable for you anymore, then just step down, give yourself a breather, roll out the shoulders, feel for what it is that's happening and how you can adapt. And exhaling, gently release one foot at a time down. Sit yourself up, roll the shoulders out, and bring yourself back to the middle of the room. And bring yourself back through to downward dog. Ready to come through into lunge and pigeon. So starting downward dog, switch the breath up. And on your exhale, bring the left foot forwards, lower the right knee down and adjust for a low lunge position. Hands braced on the left thigh. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone down to the left heel. Then inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulders down away from the ears and breathe. Remember, you're in control of that intensity around the right hip. If you'd like to go stronger, just reach the left knee further forwards. And on your exhale, gently release the hands down for pigeon. If you think you might need it, make sure that your block is handy for you. Walking left foot over to the right side of the mat. Flex the left foot back to the shin as you lower the left knee down, just to help secure the left knee, and slide the right knee back as far as it can go. If the right thigh starts to turn out, then bend the left knee, because you want to be able to keep the hips square to the front of the mat. When you're ready, just bring the heart forwards, lower the chest, fist underneath the forehead, stop you kissing the floor. Strong but comfortable stretch around the left hip. Once you've found your pose, just take a moment to relax here, but keep the breath steady. You're just helping to reassure that left hip that you're still in control, that everything's fine. Just enjoy pigeon. On your inhale, start to walk the hands in, raising the chest, lift the hips and come back through to plank position. Exhaling, bring knees and chest down to the floor. Shoulders back, inhale, reach up through cobra. Exhale, bring the heart forwards, lower down. Drive back through to downward dog, ready for the second side. So inhaling, right foot forwards, left knee down and adjust. Brace the hands on the right thigh so you can tuck tailbone, really fix that stretch in the left hip. Then inhaling, releasing the arms up. 10 breaths here. And on your exhale, releasing the hands down. Adjusting for pigeon, right foot to the left side, right knee down to the right, and slide the left knee back. Bring the heart forwards, lower the chest down over the shin. If your right hip is off the mat, wedge the block tight underneath the hip. Once you're there, spread the elbows wide and relax. So rather than working with the variations on pigeon, I'm just asking you to be able to find a comfortable stretch and focus on being able to really redouble the effort of your breath here. On your inhale, walking the hands in, raising the chest, lift the hips, step back through to downward dog. And from downward dog, gently lower your knees down, sit up, keep breathing deeply as I demonstrate what you'll be doing next. So, 2 variations, starting off with downward dog on the wall splits. So, starting by taking a seat, find your leg length away from the wall, hands shoulder width apart, middle fingers parallel, but the fingers spread wide, so you've got a nice big base for the weight of the body. From there, exhaling, lift the knees up off the floor, bring the shoulders forwards above the hands, then walk your feet up the wall and bring one leg away. So we're taking 10 breaths each side. When you want to come down, 1 foot at a time. If you need to, give yourself a breather, hit pause, then come back for the next 10 breaths whenever you're ready. If you're comfortable playing with handstand splits, find yourself less than the leg length away from the wall, and that might need to be a distance that you play with. Hands shoulder width apart, so we're coming back through to downward dog again. Shoulders above the hands, 1 foot forwards, exhaling, kick up, taking 1 foot onto the wall and taking 1 foot off. Now, if you're comfortable having a bit of free hang time here, you can reach out through the free foot so the foot that's on the wall reaches away. If you're not so sure about being able to get hang time, you can scissor kick back and forth with the legs, just to have a little bit of a play around, feel for what that's like in terms of being able to get more weight down through the hands and both feet off the wall at the same time. So make a choice as to which it is that you want to work with. Take 10 breaths on each side for downward dog splits, handstand splits, or take 20 breaths kicking the legs back and forth in handstand scissor kicks. Off you go. That's about halfway, so get ready. Switching through to the second side, if you're kicking up into handstand splits, see if you can try kicking up with both legs. So if you kicked up with the left leg last time, try kicking up with the right leg this time. Off you go. And gently bring yourself back down. Roll the shoulders out. And then make your way back to the middle of the room, away from the wall. Coming back to downward dog. So start on hands and knees. And then from here, exhaling. Lift the knees up, come to downward dog, and switch the breath back up. Now our final vignette is going to be pyramid and Maine Coon stretch. So exhaling, step the left foot forwards, grab your block, move it to the front right corner of your mat, just in case you need it, then stand up and adjust the position of your feet for pyramid. Leg length front to back, hip width left to right. With the hips square to the front of the mat, follow your breath into the pose. So inhaling, raise the heart up, and exhale, ground through the right heel, take your time, come straight forwards, lower the chest down. Left hand onto the left leg, right hand onto the block, or both hands down to the floor if that's available. And as you're working with the pose, focus on being able to use the breath. Inhale, reach the heart forwards towards the front of the mat, and exhale, bend the elbows, release deeper into the fold. And exhaling, bend the left knee, gently lower the right knee to the floor. Left knee above left heel, right knee as far back as you can take it. Ground the palms inside the left foot, and exhaling, bend the elbows, lower the heart down towards the floor. If you can get the elbows all the way down to the mat, then tuck toes the right foot under, push the right heel back, but wherever you're at, relax the neck, breathe deep. On your inhale, gently release the right knee down, walk the hands in and raise the chest up, stepping back to plank, gently lower knees and chest all the way to the floor. Shoulders pull back, ground the feet, and inhale, pull up through cobra. As you exhale, bring the heart forwards, lower down, push through to downward dog, and then from downward dog, grab your block, move it to the front left corner of the mat, inhaling, right foot forwards, stand up, and adjust for pyramid. Both legs straight, leg length, hip width, keeping the hands on the pelvis so you don't misalign the hips as you come down. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slowly. Bring the heart forwards. Start to lower the chest. Right hand to leg, left hand to block, or both hands down to the mat. Roll the shoulders back, relax the neck. Inhaling, lengthening out of the lower back. And exhaling, relaxing deeper into that stretch. On your exhale, soften the right knee, lower the left knee gently to the floor. Right knee above the right heel, left knee slides back, ground the palms, And exhaling, bend the elbows, lower the chest. Adjust however you need to. Find yourself a comfortably strong main coon stretch, and then breathe. Remember, if you're working with the toes tucked under variation, you keep that for as long as serves you, but you can release it anytime you feel you're not getting much from that addition to the pose. So if you start to get yourself into struggle, just lower the left knee down, focus on being able to find the stretch with a strong breath to help release it. On your inhale, walking the hands in, raising the chest, lift the hips and step back to downward dog. Then exhaling, gently lower the knees down, sit up, stay breathing as you watch me demo our final inversion of the practice. So bring your mat over towards the wall once again. This time we're going to be working with dolphin on the wall splits or forearm balance splits. So dolphin on the wall splits. You're going to find your leg length away from the wall. Elbows down. Choose your hand position. So grab the biceps, palms flat or hands clasped, whichever you prefer. Bring the knees up. Walking the feet up the wall. Then taking the left leg off. Taking 10 breaths there in dolphin on the wall splits. After 10 breaths, you can switch or step the feet down, give yourself a little bit of TLC, and then bring yourself back up for the second side. If you're working with forearm balance splits, you're facing the opposite way. Elbows down, grab the biceps, choose the hand position, recognize that your elbow length away from the wall is going to be less than your leg length. It really depends on how open your hips are feeling right now. Once you're ready, coming up through to dolphin, shoulders above the elbows, neck soft, 1 foot forwards and exhaling kick. And then from there, looking at being able to take either 10 breaths in forearm balance splits, 10 breaths in forearm balance splits off the wall, or 10 breaths kicking the legs back and forth, looking at being able to play with getting a little bit of hang time in between kicks. Again, do your best to be able to kick up with both legs, just so you get into the habit of being able to use both rather than becoming overly dependent on one. It's your turn. So, choose your position, then set yourself up. When you're ready, off you go. And that's around halfway, so switch or step down, give yourself a break, then coming back up. Make sure your breath is still strong. And exhaling 1 foot at a time to come down, and then release, raise the body up, just roll the shoulders out and coming back into the middle of the ring. Still breathing strong. Come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Use the block if you find that more comfortable. Still breathing deep, but allowing the breath to slow down a bit after the fun of the inversions. Work on being able to help release the wrists. Put the back of the hands together in front of your chest and interlace the fingers. Then bring the elbows down to meet each other. Keeping your forearms glued together. As you exhale, just rock your right wrist up, your left wrist down. So you find a comfortable stretch on the back of the right wrist here. So after having spent a large portion of the practice bearing weight down through the hands, having the hands in a flexed position, just looking to be able to take them into extension and gently help unwind the wrists. And then coming back to neutral before we switch to the other side. And then release and gently roll out the wrists. Just moving slowly. Flex and extend the fingers. And then from here, lay down on your mat. Just a quick reclined spinal twist before Shavasana. So laying down on your back, straighten the legs out, bring your left knee up towards the chest and use both hands. Start to draw the left knee up towards the body. Slow, easy breath here. Release the left arm on the floor above the left shoulder, or pop the left hand under the back of the head. As you exhale slowly, guide your left knee over towards your right armpit. Find a comfortable twist and breathe. So after the intensity of the inversions, just going down and allowing yourself to have a little bit more of a relaxed time before we move into Shavasana. Feel for the way that your heart rate slows. And inhaling, bring that left leg back to center. Release the left leg down and switch. So right knee up towards the chest. Squeeze the right leg in. Take the right hand on the floor above the right shoulder and exhaling, guide right knee over towards your left armpit. And inhaling, coming back to center, releasing the right leg down and adjusting your position for Shavasana. Anything that's comfortable for you. From here, close the eyes, take a slow breath in. Open the mouth and release. Let go. Just a couple more times to help get the body, the breath, the mind to relax. Inhale till you're full. Open the mouth and allow the breath to escape. One more time. Just being able to spend a few moments here in Shavasana, allowing yourself to be present and to be peaceful. And if your mind is distracted by some thought or some sound, just recognize that this is still part of the time that you have dedicated to yourself. So just reel your mind back in and enjoy the sensation of your relaxed body and your relaxed breath. Just be here for a few moments and I'll bring you back to the room when we're done. Begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to stretch open your fingers, your palms, your wrists, toes, feet and ankles. And bring both knees up towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the legs and gently rock yourself from left to right. And from here, release. Right hand down by the right side of the head. As you exhale, rolling over onto your right side, pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. From here, bring your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. So chest upright, shoulders relaxed, breath strong. Namaste.